What is up, friends and fellow prospectors? My name is Damon, and welcome back to another episode of West Coast Gold Prospecting. Today I've got my son Tanner with me, my new prospecting buddy, and we're back in the same spot we were at last week, but just a little bit up creek. And let me turn you around and show you what we're working and what I got in my first pan. This pan took me about 30 to 40 minutes to get, but it was worth it. So let me show you, flip you around and show you right now. All right, so this piece of bedrock right here, which is about five foot long and probably, I'd have to say 500, 600 pounds. It was moved over right into here. See where the light stuff starts? The dark and then the light. I pushed it over about 1.5 feet or so, and I sucked up all the material that I could. I can't get it to budge any further, otherwise I'd keep going on it. But so I got that moved and got as much sucked out as I could, and this is what came out of it. Pretty darn stoked for a first pan. It's not bad at all. Some chunkier pieces, like thicker pieces. That one there is almost a picker. Got a lot of rounded, thicker pieces, and not a whole lot of small flake flower gold, which is way cool. Yeah, thumbs up approval from the boy. So I'm gonna try to find another spot, see if I might be able to get this chunk moved a little bit more. See if I can't get some more material from out from under there, but I'll show you my next pan in just a minute. Alright, so my second pan from that same piece of bedrock I was telling you about from the first pan, and I just went ahead and used my sucker tube and filled up the 5-gallon bucket, about 3/4 full. And I just got done feeding it. This is what it looks like. There's just gold all over through here. All over the place. Covered in gold. Loving it. And that's just in the black V matting. I know that some has gone past it. Anyhow, I got to take a break and warm up my feet and hands. I'm literally shaking cold. So I'll be back here in just a second to show you another pan. Alright, so I had to get up out of the water. It was like super cold. I was standing in it for like 45 minutes straight and just froze. So that's the area I was working. Next week I moved this big chunk of bedrock here. It is massive. Like I said, 5 feet long, 2.5, 3 foot wide, and probably 1.5 foot thick. Just solid. And I was silly enough to move it with my pry bar, and probably shouldn't have, because I don't have the greatest back these days after major back surgery and whatnot. But anyhow, I've got myself up out of the water, and I'm got my eye on this. It's a crack between bedrock. Here's bedrock here, and this is bedrock here, and there's a crevice in here, and I've already started breaking some out, the bedrock, and there's material under it. This should be pretty darn good. So I'm gonna clean out this area here and see what's in it, and I'll show you here in just a second. All right, so I got it pretty cleaned out. It's not looking too bad. I'm down to bedrock. And there's a whole lot of roots and stuff in here, and it's really hard to work in that area, but I was able to use my crevice sucker and put a bunch of water in there and suck out the material underneath here, and I seem to be getting quite a bit of it. But anyhow, here's the material that came out of it. It's going to be a full pan or so, and I'll show you here in just a second. All right. Oh man, stoked. Once again, stoked. Like I said, I just cleaned out that bedrock material in here and right down in through here. And man, this one's I got a nice little poker in there and some other really nice gold. And that 3/4 of a bucket I ran through the sluice right there is looking really good. The mat's cleared out and it's just showing gold all over the place. So man, that one is almost a picker. Almost a picker. It's got some size to it. But anyhow, I think I'm gonna have to dig into this wall. I just realized that this piece, let me put my pan down real quick. This piece right here isn't bedrock. I thought it was at first, but it's just a big chunk of rock. So I don't know, I think I'm gonna clear the rest of this out. There's packed gravels, packed rock, and do the same thing. Use my crevice sucker and clean it out. And I'll show you here what it looks like in a second. Oh yeah. All right. So I've been breaking up this bedrock. I've moved like a big mound. It was up, you know, to my hand, about a foot higher. Okay. And I've just been breaking it off and washing it down. And I'm not to the bottom yet. I'm still breaking up chunks here. Like this, it's all coming apart. So I'm gonna get my crevice sucker and clean it completely dry and see what would come out of it. But here's what I got from the last pan. Not too bad at all. Probably looking at 20 to 30 pieces, somewhere around there. A couple thicker pieces, but not too bad. It's gonna add up for sure. So let's get the rest of this cleaned out, and I'll show you the next one here in a second. All right, so finally got that bedrock all removed in here, and sucked it up with the crevice sucker, and it's actually, the gold is actually getting worse, which I thought it would get better, but it didn't. So here's what came out of that pan. We're only looking at 15 to 20 pieces. So what I think I'm gonna do is actually dig right where my boy's standing.
Please.
And take a little sample from here. And then if that don't do anything for us, I'm gonna walk right over to here, and right in there I got some crevices and some bedrock material that's usually covered by water that I'd like to take a scratch at. So let's see what this next pan looks like, and I'll show you here in a second.
Hopefully it'll be good.
Yeah. All right, so here we are back at the sluice box. Let me show you the gold that's in it right now, and then I'm gonna feed this pan through there. My back's bugging the crap out of me, so I don't really want to do another pan sitting down. And look at the gold that's in there already. Really nice. So I'm gonna feed this pan through here right now, and I'll show you the mat before my next pan. Okay, so I'll show you guys the sluice box. It's right behind my boy here. Here in a minute when it clears out. But in the meantime, I think what I'm gonna do is come back to the big chunk of bedrock I broke out. This big one was laying right here. Hard to tell, but yeah, I moved it quite a few feet. So what I'm gonna do is try to fill up another bucket or a pan or whatever, and we'll see what comes out of it, because the gold that came out of here was really good. So I'll continue to do that for a little bit and see what we get. All right, so I just sucked up all the material underneath that boulder. Now that it's a little bit warmer, I can stand back in the water without going completely numb. So here, I'll show you the black V matting in the sluice box, and then I'll feed this half bucket of material from that hole. Looking pretty good. Not too bad. So I'm going to feed this sluice box, and I'll show you what comes out of it here in just a few minutes. Alright, so while we're waiting for the sluice box to clear out so I can show you what the V-mats look like, I went ahead and panned a little bit of dirt that my boy dug out from right there. And this is what came out of it. Probably 15 to 20 pieces. Not too bad, not too bad. So anyhow, so can I get the approval? Yeah. Alright. Well, I'll show you the black matting here in a minute, and I might do a clean out and show you the final total. I think my back's about had it for today. And it's about 3 o'clock, so I think it's about that time. So I'll show you the black matting now, and we'll do a clean out, and I'll see you when we get back at the house. Alright, so I'm going to show you the V matting before I dump this next pan in. It's looking pretty darn good. Starting to fill up more and more. Not too bad. So I'm going to feed this in here. Try to feed a couple more pans in as quick as I can, and then I'm going to clean out. I'll see you in a minute. Alright, so one more down. Get ready to feed this one. And gold just keeps popping up. More and more every pan. Look at that. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Oh man. That's looking good. Pretty good. So we'll feed this one, and we'll do a clean out of the sluice, and then I'll show you that before we head out. Alright, so I figured I'd give you one more look at the V-matting before I do a clean out. It is just peppered with gold all over the place. There's a lot underneath the black sands in the middle. And this is all over. I'm sure there's a little bit in the minus moss behind the expanded metal, but usually I catch about 95% of it in the black matting up here. So, alright, let's do a clean out. I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so here is the sluice clean out. Let me put my finger up there for some comparison. Not too bad, not too bad. Let me dump out the snuffer bottle and show you what's in that as well. Let's see what we got in here. Oh, a little more than I expected. Let's see here. That's from the sluice, and that's from panning. Oh man, I got did a little better than I thought I did. So let's get it all over here. See what she looks like all together. Hold on, I gotta switch hands. Not easy to do one-handed. All right, here we go. Let's get a good look at this. Yeah. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. There's some chunkier pieces and some micros, a little bit of everything in here. Alright, so it's time to pack up and head home. I'm going to get this back in the bottle and get my bag packed, and we'll see you back at the house in about 3 seconds. Alright, so we're back home, and this was a great trip. I already took and cleaned out the black sands with this little magnet here. I was just messing around wanting to see how well it worked, and while it was in the water, it cleaned them out great. Didn't take any gold with it or anything. I'll have to show you that on the next video, but so let me dump out the snuffer and show you what we got here. That was actually not too dang bad for the little that I got to work. Well, I guess I put in an okay day. 4 or 5 solid hours, but a lot of chunkier pieces. Let's see. Focus in there. There we go. A lot of really thicker pieces. Man, liking it. So if I had to guess, I'm going to say 0.3350. All right, well, let's get it cleaned up a little bit more, get the rest of those black sands out of there, and I'll show you what it weighs here in just a second. Okay, so for the weigh-in, get it all cleaned up and dried out. Let's take a close look at that. Some really nice pieces in here. Well, for what I worked. So anyhow, let's get this weighed up. See exactly what we got. Alright, so here we go. .335. Nice. Nice. 0.3 of a gram. That's not too bad. So that was pretty weird. I just guessed that to the T. I've never done that before. Especially not on a scale that sensitive. That was weird. I'm happy with that. Right on, right on. It's a good day, for sure. Well, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a good day, night, evening, whatever it may be for you. I hope you have a good one.